Okay, hello everybody. In this video, we will take a look at the gender of nouns in Spanish. Unlike English, in which we use the same definite article, the knee, the elbow, the head. In Spanish, however, the grammatical gender of the word is going to define the article. So we do have la and el for singular, and we also have las and los for plural. Just like that. Okay, so we're gonna go over some basic rules. Try not to get too hung up on these, and some basic anatomy to get you familiar with this. Okay, so now we have the first rule. Usually, not all the times, but usually, every time you see a word ending in O, will be masculine. Let me give you some examples. We have el codo, which is the elbow, el hombro, which is the shoulder. We also have el dedo, which is the finger. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule. Mano, which is hand, will be la mano and not el mano. So that's an exception right there that you kind of have to just know and memorize. Now, usually a word that ends in A will be feminine. Let me give you some examples. We have la, garganta, which is throat, garganta. We also have la cabeza, and we also have la lengua, which is tongue. Okay, another exception, dia, which is day, it's el dia and not la dia. See, these exceptions, that's why I'm telling you not to get hung up on these, because you will always find exceptions to the rules in Spanish. So let's take a look at a few more. Usually when you have a word ending in ma, it will be masculine. Let me give you some examples. So the system, el sistema. Computer system, all types of systems, the human body system, el sistema digestivo, the digestive system, it will be el. El problema, the problem, it's also masculine. See the ending ma and ma? Now, guess what? Exceptions? Yes. We also have exceptions, and these are phlegma, which is phlegm. We also have mama, which is mammary gland. We also have mama, la mama with the tilde. Makes a huge difference. Now it's the mother, the mom. And la cama, which is the bed. These are all end with ma, but there are exceptions to the rules. Now, a word ending with E most likely will be feminine, which is, let me give you an example. La clave, the key. Like, the key to this method is, la clave de este método es. La madre, the mother, also feminine. See? Now, exceptions? Yes. El padre, which ends in the letter E, it's a masculine word. El diente, the tooth, also masculine. And a few more that I just can't think of it. So there's always going to be exceptions. That's why it takes practice, and just try to memorize the ones that you can. Okay, this channel is only going to teach you some medical terminology, medical examples. That way it will be easier to follow. Now, a word ending in Z, letter Z as in zebra, or L, most likely will be masculine. We have el pez, which is the fish, or el arroz, which is the rice. Okay, we do have some exceptions. Nariz, which is nose. It's actually la nariz. Also, words ending in ion, or ad, will be feminine. Let me give you some examples. La situación, situation, or la especialidad, la especialidad, the specialty, or la resequedad, the dryness, AD, feminine. Now, there are words ending in ista or ente that will be either masculine or feminine depending on the gender of the person. Let me give you some examples. We can have or la especialista, the specialist, or la estudiante, okay, the student, or la dentista, the dentist. We have also or la paciente, the patient. So depending on the gender of the person, you use or la. And let's go over some anatomy terminology. I'm going to have these as a downloadable PDF in the description below if you want to just take a look. But here we go. So we do have la cabeza, which is the head, la oreja, which is the ear, or las orejas for plural, la mandíbula, the mandible, la garganta, the throat, la nariz, la boca, the nose, the mouth. We have a colloquial term that I hear a lot in the emergency department, la panza, which means, the belly, el abdomen, the abdomen, or el vientre, which is the actual word for belly. But I hear panza a lot. La cintura, which is the waist, la cadera, which is the hip. We also have la muñeca, which is the wrist. Also, fun fact, muñeca is also doll, like the ones that little girls play with. La mano or las manos for the hand or the hands. And la piel, which is the skin. These are all feminine. Notice how it starts with la or las. We also have la vagina, which is the vagina. A lot of women, to keep it respectful, would say mi parte, which is my part, or short for my private part. So you might hear that one. La ingle, also a common one, the inner thigh. La pierna or las piernas for the leg or the legs. We also have la rodilla or las rodillas. La rotula also, which is the kneecap. La rotula. Okay, we also have these masculine anatomy terms, and we have el ojo or los ojos for the eyes. We also have el cuello, el pecho, which is the chest, el hombro or los hombros. We also have el brazo or los brazos for the arms. These are the shoulders, but I don't know if I said los hombros or el hombro, shoulders. We also have el codo or los codos for elbow. El abdomen, here we go again, the abdomen. El músculo for muscle or los músculos for muscles. And now, when it comes to the penis, they can say el pene or mi parte. If you want to say your penis or your vagina or your private part, you can say su parte as well. Tendon or el tendón or los tendones, the tendons. And we also have el tobillo, los tobillos, which is the ankles or the ankle, el pie or los pies, which is foot or the feet. Okay, so these are something I want to point out. When it comes to fingers and the toes, we use the same word, so we just kind of have to clarify what we're talking about. When you hear el dedo or los dedos, more likely than not, they're referring to the finger or the fingers. But now, if they say el dedo del pie, that means toes, fingers from the feet. Los dedos del pie. Now, this is kind of confusing when I hear it because, when I'm interpreting over the phone, if I hear the patient say, me duele el dedo, the finger hurts, I have to clarify which one they're talking about, el dedo del pie or el dedo de la mano. If you're the provider and they say it, they're more likely than not already pointing at it. But it doesn't hurt to know the difference. El dedo, the finger, or el dedo del pie, the toe. These images will be linked down below, so you can download it as a PDF. Maybe, you know, put it as a screensaver so you look at it every day, or write it down and have it on one of those erasable badge squares, and, you know, look at it during your shift. And I'm gonna leave you with the last tip. When in doubt, if you don't know what article to use, go with el. Why? Because most words use this article. So in terms of numbers, you're more likely to be right if you go with el. Thank you very much. Don't forget to share it with your colleagues, and see you soon.